American Pickers Mike Wolfe says he still feels like he can call Frank Fritz 6 months after late friend's death. Hello everyone, welcome back to my another video. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a like up. American Pickers Mike Wolfe says he still feels like he can call Frank Fritz 6 months after his late friend's death in an exclusive interview with the U.S. Sun. The reality star also revealed how the cast and crew plan on honoring his beloved former co-host on the upcoming season of American Pickers, which they are currently filming. Mike, 60, and girlfriend Letitia Klein, 46, hit up the red carpet premiere of their new movie, Day of Reckoning, at the Warner Bros. Studios lot in Burbank, PA on Monday. Despite Mike's starring role in the Western film and the actor revealing he's gotten a lot of other Hollywood opportunities recently, he remained adamant that he's not going anywhere on Pickers. "We're actually still filming. We'll be filming until June of this year, and then we'll pick up again in January," he said in an exclusive chat with the U.S. Sun. Speaking on the legacy the show now has worldwide, he gushed, "The show is in 63 countries now, so it's not just content for the U.S., it's all over the place. Read more on American Pickers. What's interesting about it is now there's Italian Pickers, there's Irish Pickers, Canadian Pickers. There's so much energy with it. People love the show because they want to tell their own history. And so now they're plugging all that in, which I think is really interesting. And we get emails from all over the world, and we just feel really blessed that I think it's really a show about all of us, because I think we all collect something we all want to treasure hunt." When speaking on the legacy the show has left, Mike's longtime co-star, Frank, was brought up as he was an integral part of Pickers' popularity. Asked if the upcoming season planned to honor Frank, Mike appeared to get emotional as he said, "Absolutely we do, so we've been very blessed. We had the same crew for 13 years. Everybody I worked with was very close to Frank. There's not a day that goes by that we don't think of him and talk about him or what he would have done or what he would have enjoyed. I've known Frank since I was in 8th grade, and we're very close to each other. He was the godfather to my nieces, and I was lucky to be there when he passed." American Pickers star Mike Wolfe's rapid 3-word response when asked if he'll propose to longtime love Letitia Klein. He then seemed to hold back tears as he discussed continuing to feel his friend's presence even after passing. "It's hard to talk about still just because it's so new, but sometimes I feel like I'm going to see him. I was at the airport last week, and for some reason somebody walked by, and I feel like I can still call him. It's hard, but we are where we're at without Frank. Him and I worked very hard together. All of us did. The guys behind the scenes, and so I wouldn't be standing here today if he wasn't standing with me for almost 15 years on the show." Frank and Mike co-hosted the show together when the series premiered on the History Channel in 2010. In 2020, Frank's final episode aired as speculation began that he wouldn't be returning to the series. A year later, it was officially confirmed that Frank had left the show following a series of severe health issues, substance abuse struggles as well as alleged tension with Mike. Frank had been open about his health struggles, including Crohn's disease and a history of alcoholism. In 2022, Frank suffered a stroke that left him in a wheelchair and needing a caretaker to provide for himself. On September 30, 2024, Frank passed away surrounded by loved ones, including Mike, who first revealed the news on his Instagram page. It was later revealed that Frank's cause of death was from late sequelae of cerebral infarction, which means he suffered from a stroke. Going Hollywood. Mike was joined on the Day of Reckoning red carpet by his longtime girlfriend, Letitia, who also had a role in the film. The Nashville resident scored a starring role in the Sean Silva-directed movie, which also features Billy Zane, while Letitia had a part riding motorcycles in the movie. Seeming happier than ever on the red carpet, Mike was pressed on whether or not he had any proposal plans for his longtime girlfriend, something he quickly squashed. "Oh no," Mike rapidly responded when asked if he planned on popping the question anytime soon. "I've been divorced for 3 years now. I'm spending a lot of time with my daughter, and I are doing some work with Harley-Davidson, and we shot a commercial for them in Port Angeles, Washington. And we've been doing some tourism stuff in different parts of the country. So no, we're just enjoying traveling together right now, he explained. Mike Wolfe, the star of American Pickers, has been through many changes over the course of his long-running television career, but none have been as heartbreaking as the death of his longtime friend and co-host, Frank Fritz. For years, Mike and Frank shared a bond that went far beyond the cameras of American Pickers. Together, they traveled the country, unearthing hidden treasures, sharing laughs, and forging a friendship that resonated with fans. Frank Fritz's death, which occurred 6 months ago, left a profound hole in the hearts of many, Mike included. In a recent emotional interview, Mike reflected on their time together and spoke candidly about the lasting impact Frank had on his life. He revealed that even though Frank is no longer physically here, he still feels a deep connection with him, saying, "I still feel like I can call him." This statement, made with emotion and tenderness, opened a window into the depths of their friendship and Mike's enduring love for his late friend. In this article, we'll look back at the history of Mike and Frank's relationship, the impact of Frank's death, and how Mike is coping with the loss while continuing to honor their shared legacy. A deep bond forged in the world of antiques. Mike Wolfe and Frank Fritz's journey began decades before they became household names on American Pickers. Both were passionate about antiques and the art of picking, traveling around the country to find rare and valuable items hidden in barns, attics, and storage units. Their shared love for the hunt made them fast friends, but it was their mutual respect, shared values, and complementary personalities that solidified their partnership. Mike was always the more outgoing, energetic personality, while Frank brought a grounded, thoughtful perspective. Together, they formed a dynamic duo that worked perfectly on screen. Fans loved watching them bicker over items, joke around, and share their passion for history. Their natural chemistry made them a hit on American Pickers, and they quickly became the best of friends off-screen as well. Their relationship wasn't just built on business. It was built on mutual respect and camaraderie. They trusted one another deeply, not just as co-workers, but as brothers. Mike once shared, "Frank is the kind of guy you can trust with anything. We've been through so much together. We've been in the dirt, in the rain, and we've laughed so hard we've cried." That camaraderie was evident every time
Frank Fritz's
they were
death
on screen and its
together.
impact on Mike Wolfe. Frank Fritz's sudden and unexpected death on insert date sent shockwaves through the American Pickers community. Fans of the show, who had grown attached to Frank's quirky humor and passion for history, were devastated by the news. But it was Mike, who had spent more time with Frank than anyone else, who felt the loss most profoundly. Mike's grief was palpable in the days and weeks that followed, while the two had experienced a rocky period in their relationship before Frank's death, largely due to Frank's struggles with health and addiction. It was clear that Mike still held immense affection for his old friend. Despite any past challenges, their friendship had been built on a foundation of respect and love. Frank's absence left Mike with a void that no one could fill. In an emotional tribute posted on social media, Mike expressed his heartbreak. "I lost a brother. We spent years together, and even when we weren't on the road picking, we were talking. Frank was a part of my family, and this world feels a little emptier without him in it." Mike reflects on the memory of Frank Fritz. 6 months after Frank's death, Mike still finds himself reflecting on the memories they created together. In his recent interview, Mike opened up about the enduring nature of their friendship. "There are still days when I feel like I can pick up the phone and call Frank," Mike said. "It's a strange feeling, like you think you know what life will be like without someone. But when you've been that close to someone, it's hard to believe they're really gone." Mike's admission reflects the complexity of grief, the struggle of reconciling the absence of someone you love with the memory of the times you shared. For Mike, Frank wasn't just a co-host or a business partner. He was a true friend who had been there through thick and thin. The pain of his loss is a deep one, but it's also accompanied by a sense of gratitude for the years they spent together. "He had a way of seeing the world that was completely different from mine," Mike recalled with a smile. "And that's what made him such a great picker. We were always in different places mentally, but somehow that worked. It helped us see things other people wouldn't." The memories of their time together continued to bring Mike comfort, and it's clear that Frank's legacy lives on in the work they did together. The struggles Frank on the loss of his friend, he also acknowledged the struggles Frank had faced in his later years. In the years leading up to his death, Frank had battled health issues and addiction, which impacted his ability to continue filming American Pickers. The show went on without him, but Mike and the rest of the American Pickers team were supportive of Frank as he took time to focus on his health. Frank's health issues were well documented on the show, with fans noticing his absence from certain episodes. It was clear that something wasn't quite right, and Mike had publicly expressed concern for his friend on multiple occasions. "I want him to be okay, above all," Mike had said in interviews. "Our friendship goes beyond TV. It's about his health and happiness." Despite his struggles, Frank's love for picking remained unwavering. Even during his time off, he would occasionally share his thoughts on the world of antiques and express his desire to return to the road. Mike's respect for Frank's resilience during these years was evident. He fought hard. Even when things were tough, he never stopped talking about picking. It was his passion, Mike shared. "I think that's why it's so hard. Even though he wasn't able to be on the show, I could still feel his presence with me." Mike Wolfe's healing process. While the pain of losing Frank will never completely go away, Mike has found ways to heal. He's continued his work on American Pickers, keeping Frank's memory alive by honoring the legacy they created together. But beyond his work, Mike has also found solace in his personal life. Mike's own family has been an important part of his healing journey. His wife, Jody, and their children have provided him with comfort and support during this difficult time. "Jody has been amazing," Mike said. "She's been there for me, especially on the tough days. Losing Frank was hard, but I've got a family who loves me, and that makes a difference." In addition to family support, Mike has also leaned on his other friends and colleagues, many of whom had known Frank just as long as he had. Together, they'd shared stories, reminisced about the good times, and kept Frank's spirit alive in their conversations. Mike has also taken some time to reflect privately. He spends time in the places he and Frank frequented, finding peace in the places that held memories of their adventures. "Sometimes I'll just go back to one of the old spots we used to pick at, and I feel like Frank's right there beside me," Mike explained. "It's a quiet moment of reflection, and it helps." The legacy of Frank Fritz. Though Frank is no longer here, his legacy lives on in the countless episodes of American Pickers they filmed together, in the stories they shared, and in the lives they touched through their work. Frank's passion for antiques, his unique perspective on the world, and his down-to-earth personality will never be forgotten. Mike continues to honor that legacy by ensuring that Frank is a part of the show's narrative moving forward. While Frank's absence is deeply felt by fans and colleagues alike, Mike has made it clear that he will never forget the impact Frank had on his life. "We did something special together. We built something that will outlast us," Mike said, his voice filled with emotion. "And I'll carry that with me forever. Frank will always be a part of American Pickers, a friendship that endures beyond death." Mike Wolfe's recent interview, in which he shared his deep feelings of loss and his continued connection with Frank Fritz, provides a poignant reminder of the power of friendship. Even after Frank's death, Mike feels as though he can still call him, an indication that the bond they shared was so strong that it transcends even the most final of separations. As fans continue to mourn the loss of Frank, they can take comfort in knowing that his spirit will forever be woven into the fabric of American Pickers and the memories Mike and Frank created together. For Mike, Frank's memory lives on in the work they did, the laughs they shared, and the deep friendship that will never be forgotten. Thanks for watching this video. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel, America Trends 24, and stay with us.